Hi there, Sagittarius. Happy birthday and happy belated birthday to all of you who have celebrated your birthday way before I put this video. I really wish you all the best in love, luck, and career. I really do hope that starting from this year onwards, all doors of opportunities, abundance, prospects and everything like that is going to open itself towards you so that you can enjoy a life full of good life, good love, good people, good connections, and good support system. All right. When is your birthday? Mine is on the 14th of December. When is your birthday? And how have your birthday been? I love Sagittarius season because it's so festive, you know what I mean? It's like by the end of the year, it's just so chill. It's so joyful. It's so optimistic. Whew, okay. By the way, we're going to be doing a pick card reading by the end of the session. It's going to be how do they feel about you? And don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. Me personally, I realize with my readings and all general readings that I follow on YouTube that I have a tendency to resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or what have you. So you might want to check that one out too, okay? So let's talk about your overall energy for the now, Sagittarius. You have the High Priestess, you have the Six of Cups, and then you also have the Nine of Wands. I feel that when it comes to your relationship sector, you guys are much more in an observing phase. Can you take a deep breath in for me? Because you feel so anxious. It's quite uncommon for me to be having this much of a hard time to pull out your cards, you know what I mean? You guys are usually an open book. I don't know. But I feel that in this week to come, especially, 2 weeks to come in this month of December, you guys are going to have like a lot of opportunities to address your inner child. To really reflect back on those relationships that you've had in your life. And then be very, very observant of them. I feel that there's going to be a certain flashbacks that is going to pop up into your head. And you're not actually asking for it. It's just like when you wanted to go to sleep, when you're working, when you're browsing through the internet. It's just that suddenly, all of a sudden, you remember all of these memories. The sweet and the bitter part of it. And what it actually asking you to do is that it asks you to be observant of it. No lie though, when it comes to this relationship sector, what's up with this trust issue? You have the Nine of Wands. So when it comes to this relationship sector, even if you guys are dealing with somebody, you're in a relationship with somebody, or even if you guys are single, you're like the Nine of Wands. You're like, I'm not really sure if I really, really want to be investing my energy or my time, my effort into relationship anymore, because I've tried this. I've tried this in the past. I've tried 8 different ways and I always get burned. All these flashbacks that I was talking about earlier, Sagittarius, is not supposed to make you feel this way. It's supposed to kind of like understand a part of yourself that you need to deal with. Because most of the times our attitude, our approach towards love and relationship is not solely defined by whoever it is that we were dealing with in the past, but it was also defined and narrated by the environment that we grew up in. Our relationship with our parents, for instance, our relationship with our friends when we were little. So don't get too optimistic about it. You're probably going to be drained by it though, because you're like the Nine of Wands. I don't know if I should be putting into much work into this anyway, because in the past I tried to do that. I tried to compromise. I tried to build somebody up. But then you were dealing with somebody who was like the Eight of Swords. They were dealing with their own problems. And then, yeah, it was harsh. It was harsh. So what is the overall challenge of this relationship is that the Page of Wands and also the Ten of Wands. Distance might be a different. There is one person in here who is missing on somebody. And then I feel that if this is like a relationship that has been going on for quite a while, you're starting to notice that there's like a lot of differences between you and them. And there's a pillar in your way to them. And then the Ten of Wands. It's pretty draining. It's energy consuming. There's like a lot of work that needs to be done. And you're just not in the mood to do that. Do you still care? You do. You feel that this person is either your twin flame or karmic or your soulmate or what have you. but you're tired. Because you had a really good intentions in the past. You really did had a good intentions, but it was met with this. It's a pretty harsh energy. So it might be somebody cut you off, or it was somebody who was being mean to you, somebody who says mean words to you. But there was a disappointment. So let's see what's going on in the now. So what I mean by the now, it means that it probably already did happen, or it's going to happen 7 days from whenever it is that you're watching this video. Ace of Cups though, that's wonderful. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Death card. So you might be dealing with a Pisces, you might be dealing with a fire sign, you might be dealing with an air sign, or you might be dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, so the thing is that this person in the past had like a little bit of a trouble when it comes to either their finance or their jobs or their career or their businesses. They had like a little bit of a problem with that. So they can't really be focused on relationship. So they were putting you guys in a microscopic lens. They were putting you guys under evaluations or under assessment. And now, you know, in the past they were like this. They were like the Page of Pentacles. I don't know what to do about Sagittarius. I'm going to just give time. I'm going to let luck, fortunes, universe, or divine play its hand, and I'm just going to wait and see what is happening. But now they're making decisions about it, right? They already are kind of like making decisions. Okay, I've put Sagittarius under assessment. I've put them under evaluations, and I feel that I want to decide that I want to open up my heart chakras and become vulnerable towards Sagittarius. So they become like the Ace of Cups. How you react on that? What? Why? Why now? You cut me off in the past, or you hurt me in the past. You said something awful, or you disappointed me in the past. Why all of a sudden in the now you're showing me emotions? You're showing me that you're interested. Why? I have no energy left to flirt, to be nice, to be embracing. I have no energy left because you guys are like literally the Nine of Cups in reverse. I have no energy left to do that. I want to transform. I want to change, right? I want changes happening in here. Can I forgive you? I can, but I can't forget. So you will have a returning of somebody who hurt you in the past, who completely kind of like put a wall between you and them. But you're skeptic now about it. Like, why now? Give me one good reason why you're here now. Give me one good reason why is it that when in the past I had like a really good intentions and you treat me like that. Because you did have a wonderful intention in the past. You really wanted to make it work. You wanted to compromise. You wanted what's best for you and what's best for them. But because they were dealing with a lot with themselves and whatnot and everything like that, they were harsh with you. I think they also make assumptions when it comes to you. And instead of asking for clarifications and everything like that, they just decided to become harsh. So the harsh person now starting to open up. And you're like, why? You have any idea how difficult was it for me to deal with the residue of what you done to me? Nakatumasa depan. That means 5 cards in the future. I just like to ask questions in my native tongue, okay? No need to be freaked out about it. It's Indonesian language. It's not like voodoo language or whatever. It's Indonesian language, okay? 3 of Swords, yeah. Strength card. Magician. 4 of Wands. Star card in reverse. 4 of Swords. Yeah, you guys are pretty much skeptical. So I forgive you, but I don't forget. I won't forget the hurt. I won't forget how you made me feel in the past. I feel that you would want to take it slow. I feel that you would want to take it slow. I think you're going to be having something like a reason to celebrate. It could probably be about your job. It could probably be about your friends or a support system or whatever that is. But they would see you celebrating. They would see you, achieving something. And they will get hurt because they feel that, they feel kind of like a little bit left out. Not invited to that celebrations that you're going to be having in the future. If usually you would invite them to your family house, I feel that you guys are not going to do that in the future and they'd be feeling like a little bit left out, so they're going to get hurt. But they're exercising like a lot of their patience in here because they do still believe that you and them have what it takes together to build a relationship that is sustainable and good in the long term. But you guys are just not trusting. You're just not trusting, like the things that you believe in the past, the quality that you saw in them that has a potential, the good side of them and everything like that. I feel that it's being overshadowed by how they made you feel in the past. So in the future, even though this person is then going to be putting in some work and is going to show a little bit of a vulnerability from their side, but I feel that you're trying not to get so excited about it and you're just trying to sleep it off. So probably going to wait like 24 hours or 48 hours to make a decisions about it. But you just want to be chill. We'll have to see about the big card reading, okay? But I kind of like want to see what they want. So let's assume you guys have a good pick a card reading. So what do they want if you guys have a good pick a card reading? They want clarity, okay? One of the reasons why they were backing away or they were ghosting or they were disappearing or they were running away or they were, acting funny in the past and everything like that was because they were confused with you. They, again, as I said earlier, I think they kind of like made a little bit of an assumption with you. They're probably going to explain themselves, but they also are expecting you to give them the clarity that they want. So if you have a good pick a card reading, what are their intentions is they want to clear the air. They want to clear the assumptions that they had about you. And they also sense that you might have like a little bit of assumptions when it comes to them. And they want to clear that too. So now, assuming that you have a bad pick a card reading. Oh, my card is not liking it. I think it's one of the ways to say that if you have a better pick card reading, why would you even need a tarot reading? But let's just see. Habis tadi aku nyebut. Kira-kira tujuannya sih orang ini balikan sama dia ini apa? Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so one of the reasons why if you guys have a bad pick a card reading, and why is it that they're returning, and what are their intentions and everything like that, is because if you have a bad pick a card reading, this person never really like left, you know what I mean? Like they still observing you, they still wonder what you guys are up to and everything like that, and they're assuming that you guys are in a happy relationship, or you have a water sign person or maybe a Libra person in your life that kind of like raises their competition or competitive spirit. So they're testing the water. So if you guys have a bad pick a card reading, why are they back? And why is because they feel that you are probably happy with somebody else. or you have a new crush or a new interest. They just, what is that? There is just something that raises their competitive spirit. So they're like, I'm coming back because I feel that, Sagittarius is now no longer obsessed and crazy about me. So I'm going to come back. Because I feel that the obsession that Sagittarius has once had for me is now switching to somebody else, and I don't like it. I want to be the one and only for Sagittarius. So that's if you have a bad paid card reading. So just watch the paid card reading to really, decide on what to do about it. All right. So I'm going to be putting a timestamp right over here to when the paid card reading starts. And now let's move on to the two people scenarios, meaning that if you guys are only dealing with one person, your reading ends a few seconds ago. And now it's for people who are dealing with two people. So if you guys are dealing with two people, person, where shall we start? Let's start with person A. I have something nice to say about this one. Let's start with person A. Person A is somebody who cannot deal with the fact that you have attentions, or they're pretty competitive with you. Maybe their Mars is in Sagittarius or their Mars is in Gemini, because it's usually this type of dynamic. I always find it in Mars conjunct Sun or Mars opposite Sun, because there's this competitiveness going on in a relationship. So they're always feeling very, very competitive with you. Whenever you're successful or whenever you're good at something, it kills them on the inside because they want to be more superior than you guys are. And I feel that in the past, there was some times where you were celebrating something, they didn't really like it. Okay? And I feel that they were mean to you because you were achieving something and they don't like it. Again, they're competitive. So maybe it's kind of like a type of person who's like, yo, I won this, I got this, I feel so great about this. And then they're trying to undermine that. They're trying to make you feel that accomplishment doesn't mean anything. All right. You focus on me. You don't focus on your accomplishment. Okay. Like something like that. So that's person A. In the now though, yeah. I feel that you guys are not really serious when it comes to person A, because you can see them right through. Yeah. You hate people who are such a Debbie Downer. You hate it when people becomes like that. Why can't you just be happy when I'm happy? Empowered people, empowered other people, right? So I think when it comes to this person, you're just taking it for fun. You're probably going to treat them like a little bit of a friend, and sometimes you would flirt with them or you would tease them something in some sort of way, and then they feel so great about themselves because you're doing that to them. But I mean, we have a life, right? And I feel that, yeah, it's always like that. The dynamic is always going to be like that, Sagittarius, and there's nothing that you could do to change that. They have to change themselves to not see you as a competitor. Why would they want to be dealing with you as a friend or maybe like in a relationship if they see you as a competitor? So in the future, you guys again will have a reason to celebrate something. And again, they are hurt because you guys are celebrating, because you guys are having a good time. No life. No life. That's person A. Person B is somebody who you try to compromise a lot, right? I think you also try to help them because I feel that you're aware that this person has like a little bit of a problem, and then you try to help them a certain kind of way. Wait, I need to clarify something about this one here. Okay, so the thing is that when it comes with this person is that this person is still very much unsure about what to do with you. But I don't feel that this person is going to tell you about that. But you will sense it. I mean, you're smart. Sagittarians are smart. You would sense this, okay? You will sense that they're not being truthful to you. You will sense that what they're doing to you is only on the surface. They're trying to keep you going, but like they're not deciding yet. They're the type of people who like, okay, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to give time, and then I will decide on later. But for you guys, you're going to be like, why are you leading me on if you haven't decided anything about me? Why? It's not fair. Like, why are you leading me on? But they're going to be like, well, I need some time, or they're going to behave as if like they need some space and they need some time to figure out. I feel that they're running away from their problems. They have a tendency to run away and avoid things. So when things get too real, or when things get too engulfing, or when things get too like difficult, like they have a tendency to just kind of like, yeah, wait. Well, we'll see what happens. You know, that type of energy. So I mean, you guys are smart. You can see this right through, and you're starting to realize that this relationship doesn't give you any type of fulfillment that you're looking for. And I feel that you probably are going to be getting it from somebody else. So you might have like a Pisces or an Aquarius or Gemini or Virgo person coming into your life. What's funny is that this person doesn't really care about it. So it's different than person A, where they're very, very competitive, right? And they kind of like want your attentions all to themselves. This person, because they always avoid things, is like, even if you have attention from somebody who could potentially snatch you away from them, they don't really care. It's very avoidant. Very, very avoidant. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you, Sagittarius. Now let's move on to the pick card reading. Right, so I have 4 piles of cards with me now. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, this is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate. 1 pile of card for 1 person. Do not pick multiple pile of card for 1 person, because you end up going to get confused, all right? 1 pile of card for 1 person. It doesn't matter if you have multiple people, but 1 pile of card for 1 person. Let's go. Okay, so now for those of you who chose pile number 1, you have the 4 of Wands. Okay, King of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and also the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel that you guys might be dealing with a fearful, avoidant person. Somebody who comes in like really, really hot, and then after that they come off like really, really cold. One of the reasons for that being is because they crave love, but they're so afraid of love as well. They're so afraid of the consequences of the love itself, because sometimes love isn't always pretty. Love sometimes is very, very hurtful. So what they're doing right now is that they're trying to, kind of like, depends on what stage you guys are. If you guys are still on that hot phase, then you're still in there. But don't be surprised when this person starts to pull back, because they're trying to regroup themselves a lot. But if you're already in that regroup phase where you're feeling that, wow, this person is changing, because in the beginning they were kind of like after me like a crazy, and then after that they're starting to back away and starts to get lazy with their efforts, well, that's the reason, because there is a fearful avoidant. Sometimes they kind of like also want to look for things or look for excuses for them to believe that this relationship is not really going to work, because they're fearful of that. If this person is not careful, they might live until their old life and, not being in a relationship, because they will always find excuses after excuses after excuses and after excuses, always thinking if this is worthy or not for me, is this going to be safe for me, is this going to be secure for me, and everything like that. Nah, honey, nah. So do they care? Yeah, they do, but they're trying to deny that. They're super indecisive. So you might be dealing with a earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or a Virgo, or you might be dealing with actually a Libra. So they're now like denying things, and they're just kind of like wait around and see. They feel that they've already invested a lot, and now it's just kind of like their time to gain their return of investment. So it's up to you. So this is what they think, that it's up to you. If you want to nurture this, if you want to nourish this relationship, well, let's do that together. But don't be surprised, Sagittarius, if you feel that they're the way that they behave in a relationship is going to be very, very different than how they were in the past, because they're fearful, avoidant. So if you guys give them space, they're going to come around hot again, and then if things get too deep, they'll freak out, and then they will back away again and try to find reasons to make them believe that, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Sometimes I notice, with people like this, they have a tendency to also look for problems when there is no problem, because they're just so fearful of that. So it's a bit pessimistic when it comes to love, to be honest with you, because they feel that love could be frightening and disappointing, and if they're not careful, it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So anyway, let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 2. 5 of Swords, the World card, 10 of Swords, 9 of Cups, and also the 10 of Cups. So this person was a mean person who has had their karma. I think Saturn and Capricorn really fucked them up. They've paid the price. So now they're trying to be more caring when it comes to dealing with the other person. They do still have this shadow side of them, though. The tendencies to be a little bit narcissistic, or the tendencies to only care about their own emotional self-fulfillment. They are in that stage of changing, of becoming this. Somebody who is more empathic, somebody who cares a lot more about other people, somebody who starts to believe in the idea of relationship is about two people's happiness and not just one person's happiness. But it will take some time, Sagittarius. This person got their karma, and now they're changing. So, in the face of change, at least the intention is there. At least the intention is there. So yeah, they want to have something deep with you, but they still have their shadow side, because again, they're changing. Yeah, they're evolving. So patience is a bit required, and sometimes they will show the tendencies to, sometimes you will get a glimpse of who they were in the past. So for those of you who chose pile number 3, you have the 2 of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and also the Death card. So the thing is that you're dealing with somebody who have a tendency to maladaptive daydream. You're always on their mind constantly, but it's not because like they miss you or anything like that, but they fantasize a lot about you. You see this card of fantasizing, idolizing. Yeah? You see? So they spent minimum 6 waking hours of their life fantasizing a lot about you. But the thing is that what's dangerous about this type of idolizing and fantasizing is that they have created a persona of you that might be completely different than who you are exactly. So they might end up getting disappointed, and it's not because you guys are a disappointment, but everything that we created inside of our head, everything that we're expecting, everything will always be better than the reality, right? So I don't feel that this person loves you for you, but I feel that this person loves you for the image, the persona, the fantasies that they've already created inside their head when it comes to you. It's so out of touch of reality, man. It's like they're so content with, I don't know, having sex with you, having a relationship with you, whatever it is, in their head, instead of being in a relationship with you in the real world. And the fantasies that involves you also involves like a lot of drama that they created inside of their head too. So like, it's so Neptunian. It's so fantasizing, seriously. They see the beautiful qualities in you and everything like that. But again, those are the qualities that they want to see in you. I don't feel that this person is genuine. I feel that this person is in love with you or obsessed with you because of what the persona, the idealizations that they've built inside of their head when it comes to you. But trust me, when things get too real, I don't feel that they're able to love the real you more than they love the imaginations or the fantasy of you. And I'm not saying that you guys are bad. No, it's not that. But it's just that they're creating this persona. So if we're talking about love, they're not really in love with the real you. They're in love with the idea of you. They're in love with the persona of you. They're in love with whatever it is, fairy tales or imaginations or storyline that they have about you. So it's not real. You know what I mean? Right, so now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 4. So Lovers, 8 of Swords, Magician, 9 of Swords, and also the 8 of Wands. So this person has already made a decision when it comes to you. So they've already decided that they are in love with you because you guys are like, I don't know, like you guys are very, very different from everybody that they've known. They feel that you guys are very, very enlightened, and you guys bring like a lot of enlightenment in their life. Every time they talk to you, they just find you guys so fascinating. But the thing is that this person has like a little bit of an insecurities when it comes to themselves. So they're like, well, Sagittarius love me the way I am, because they see you in a very, very high regards, higher than they see themselves. So there's like a lot of insecurities. That's why probably they're acting like a little bit funny, and sometimes they could be doing things that are like, no, like this, right? It's because they have like a lot of insecurity. So I feel that with this type of person, you need to give them like a lot of reassurance that you love them for who they are and you guys are equal and everything like that. Because to be real, this person sees you in a higher regards than they see themselves. So there's like a lot of insecurities that is stemming from them side that could potentially be a little bit of a, hindrance in this relationship. But overall, this person is in love with you. All right. So thank you so much for watching, Sagittarius. I'll see you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. I love you.
La